Welcome back to your practice. We're going to do a breathing sequence together today that's intended to be a bit uplifting because it's got a bit of holding the breath at the top, that retention, but should also be pretty grounding, calming, centering at the same time. I find it's easier to do this practice seated, supported on something. I'm going to use my cushion here. You can do this lying down, especially if you're choosing to do it towards the end of the day. You've already spent many hours sitting, but just knowing that it might be a little harder to get to the full extent of the breath that I'm going to cue without being able to sit and have that upright, tall spine. So you choose, really doesn't matter, really what's the most comfortable for you. So intuitively trust yourself first. If you're going to be seated, please prop yourself up. I'm going to use this blanket on my lap, 1 for warmth, and 2 to bring my lap up to me in essence, so I'm not hanging in my shoulders. You could put a cushion, you can put pillows, whatever you have on hand. And then take a moment. You might have to wiggle around like I'm doing, little fine-tuning, little adjusting. You might sway a little bit along your hips, side to side, front to back, or in circular fashion, trying to find what feels like center point to you. And then dropping the chin just slightly. Feel the base of the skull slide back so the center of the ears lines up over the center of the shoulders. Relaxing the jaw, you might swallow a few times. Releasing the root of the tongue. Smoothing out the brow. And then turning towards your breath with soft eyes and an open heart. Just observing first the body being breathed. We're going to start to develop or tease out a little longer breath by starting with Samavriti, same breath. And I'm going to suggest we start with the foundation of a count of 4. If that feels like too much, you start where you are, just making the inhale, the exhale the same count. So I'll walk you through a few rounds and we'll do several minutes, and then we'll slowly layer on till we get to our final pattern of breathing. Okay, let all the breath go. And then with the next breath in, just breathing, counting silently to yourself to the count of 4. Exhaling to that same count of 4. Inhaling 4. Exhaling 4. Inhaling 4. Exhaling 4. Keep going on your own. For now, not holding the breath out either at the top or the bottom, just smoothly rounding from inhale to exhale. If and when you feel ready, you're going to add a count to both the inhale and exhale. So extending the breath by 1 count on both ends and following this new pattern for several rounds. And if the first sign of resistance or any struggle or strain with the breath or in the body, feel a gripping in the belly, let it all go. Fall back into normal, everyday breathing. Remain there as long as you want, and then coming back, beginning again, building that foundation when you're ready. And again, if it's available to you, adding another count to both inhale and exhale. So maybe now inhaling to a count of 6, exhaling to the same count of 6. And also including just a light pause at the top of the inhale. So you'll inhale to 6. Holding the breath for a moment, and then exhaling to a count of 6. And then going right into the next inhale, inhaling for 6. Light pause at the top. Exhaling to 6. Smoothly into the inhale, and then keep going. Continuing on your own. Okay, one more time, adding an equal count to the inhale and exhale. So now inhaling to a count of 7. Pausing for a count of 2. Exhaling to a count of 7. And then right into the inhale for 7. Pausing for 2 at the top. exhaling to 7. Then continue into the next inhale and take a few rounds with this pattern. Remember, this is not about doing it perfectly, so if things feel stressful or strained, you let it go. Don't force. You might stay with Samavritti, that baseline of 4-4 for the whole practice. That'd be perfectly fine. You're going to keep the inhale where it is, inhaling to 7, extending that pause to a count of 4, and then gradually extending the exhale to a count of 11. And it might take a few minutes, might take several rounds. You may not get to 11, that's fine. It's not a magic number. So working with whatever capacity of breath you have. Not stressing or struggling. Choosing to take these breaths in full presence. So we'll take the last few minutes just quietly on our own, working with whatever pattern you have. The eventual suggested pattern is inhaling for 7, pausing for 4, exhaling for 11. Last few rounds. After your next exhale, letting the pattern go. You might take a few deeper exhales or a sigh. Just seeing what's here for you now. Final moment to pause in the residue. Bringing the palms together at the center of the chest, bowing the head deeper towards your heart. Taking a nice slow breath in. That generous breath out. And thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.